With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britzig.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with a gunner. Oh, goes the win! Francis is gunner!
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow. It looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish! Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout! Oh my It's a knockout!
And it's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Brock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
Now you're going to get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy or not. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
What's up, guys? RNG here from the Stone Vet USMC. Super excited to be here with you guys, man. It's freaking Friday night. I know I didn't get my episode out earlier, and I know you guys probably pissed about that. But hey, it is what it is. It's been a busy Friday, man. I've been able to team up with my partners over here, right? You guys see this, right? Veteran Trash Talk. Trash Talk Hour, man. What's up, brothers? How y'all doing on this Friday evening?
What's going on? Ready to do this?
About to dig into another Corona. That's what I'm doing.
Well, everybody's got their little drinks, right? That's what I got right here. Some rum and coke is what we drinking tonight. My wife says it's a pussy drink, but because she drinks tequila straight.
10 Mountain and Coke, so it's good.
Rum and Coke figures.
Figures, right? It figures, right? In my old school Marine Corps mud.
That's all you island people drink.
I'm super excited to be here, guys. Super excited to be here. Nick hit me up last night. Said, "Hey, can you do this for me?" I was like, "You throwing me under the bus?" But I was like, "Hey, it is what it is." I had to shoot a show episode with Mr. Brian Talley over at Tuesdays with Tally. He's talking about, plant-based medicine like everybody else wants to know about, and a lot of people are still too scared to talk about it, man. But it's a wonderful opportunity to be here, to be able to show my face over here, trying to make some sports betting, some sports bets over here with you guys. You guys apparently are freaking on fire, man. You guys damn near get every fight right every week, and if you ain't putting any money on these, using these suggestions that they're telling you, you guys are missing out on a ton of money, apparently, from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing from the scorecards they keep giving. And that's one thing Trigger Joe was talking about this evening.
What's that now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we are in Vegas going 5 for 6 is amazing. When Joe and I go 5 for 6, we are pissed off.
Yeah.
We're only happy when we do 7 fight parlays or better. We apologize if we're only doing 5 for 6 2 weeks in a row, but by Vegas standards, they're shaking in their boots because we will get you money every time.
If you bet with us fight for fight and actually bet live, you won't. There's no way you're going to lose.
Right.
For what? Little purse right now. We're sitting right around 1,800, and we've started with $20.
Money.
I just keep rolling it forward.
Yep, you guys to. And like I tell you guys, if you guys are watching the show, you guys catching the show from whichever platform you're listening on, make sure, guys, get your journals out, get your little notebooks out. Same thing I tell you guys every week. Get your journals out. Now, flip the page where you don't have any cannabis insight on it, and now you're gonna start making some sports bets here with these guys here. And hopefully you're able to light up before you're able to come to the show and hang out and just listen to the nonsense and the chaos us veterans are going to be bringing you tonight.
Let's call some fights.
So we got the first fight, right?
Yep, bantamweight fight.
Bantamweight fight. Man, look at that.
You got the names right there?
So first fight of the night is
Victor Henry
Rafael Assunção. Joe, you want to take the first one?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, look, we got Rafael Assunção coming in. The man's a legend, older fighter. I know he's 40 years old, and this Victor Henry kid, he's a monster favorite. I got him at a -400. What I'm looking at here, throws 12 or lands 12 strikes per minute, freakish pace. Keep in mind, each of these guys weighed in at the same weight of each of Bill's legs, so 12 punches per minute isn't exactly gonna shut someone's lights off every time, but Victor Henry is a points fighter. He's a pace fighter. I see this one definitely going the distance, and unless Assunção catches him and wobbles him and hurts him bad, I see Henry putting a pace on him, winning all 3 rounds, 30-27, very convincingly. I think there's a 13-year age gap here also, so I think the younger guy's gonna put the pace on him and come away with the decision. What you got, Bill?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you in this one. Listen, Assunção is a great legend of the game, but it's time for him to go. I mean, he's on a 4-fight losing streak, with his last 2 being finished in the second round. I don't think Henry's got that one-punch knockout power, so I don't think that's necessarily a worry, but I think he's definitely going to do a convincing 30-27 fight. He could catch Assunção. As you know, the more you get knocked out, the easier that looser that chin gets, right? I just don't think Henry has that blast power. I think he's gonna outpoint him for 3 rounds straight. I think Assunção just needs to hang it up, put his gloves in the ring after this. And Henry's never been finished either. I think the closest he got was like a split decision, early in his career, one of these little no-name fight leagues. So yeah, I think you can go two ways with this bet. Definitely take Henry. Like Joe said, he's a minus 400. I haven't looked at quite what the odds are yet, but taking the over on this fight is also a great bet to go with.
Yeah.
I think Assunção can definitely last into the later end of the second round, into the third round as well. So you got two choices to go with this based on the parlay you want to go with. I would go either way. If you want to look at the points, what's going to get you more money? Either take Henry money line or take the over on this fight for sure.
Yeah,
but pick the Henry decision all day.
Henry by decision to pick it straight up on FanDuel is actually minus 135. So decent money right there. But once again, if he catches the Assunção and wins, you still lose when you pick that way. So he's only minus 290 on double chance knockout or points. He's minus 290. So that's what they're leaning towards happening, is him maybe having a chance to knock him out, but probably going decision. So I like the over in this fight as well.
There you go, man. This guy's he's that much older. I didn't know that guy's 40. That's kind of like you, Send it. It's time to retire. Time to call it quits, huh?
It's true. Hey, in the fight game, that's ancient.
Yeah, in the fight game, that's ancient. Yeah,
that's like the dudes that work in a factory or climb poles or build houses for a living. 40 is 60.
Right.
That's what that is in the fight game. It's kind of like playing quarterback in the NFL. But hey, we got a light heavyweight fight coming up in the second one, and
them some big
Bill,
dudes,
we got
man.
Sirkunov and Alonzo Menafield, and I'm gonna let you take that one, and I'll caveat off your pick.
Hey, if you're really gonna be working with the sergeant major here, you got to caveat and then behoove, and then maybe piggyback off something.
Piggyback off of that.
Hit that trifecta. Hey, with this one, Menafield, the last I checked, was a minus 205, I think, on DraftKings. I think those odds are pretty dead on, to be honest with you. Sirkunov's lost, I think, 4 of his last 5 in a row. I think he's been finished 2 or 3 of those. Menafield actually doesn't get finished too easily. I don't think he has been finished in a long time. But he does gas. That's the biggest thing you got to worry about Menafield. Although I still take Menafield all day on this one, and I got Menafield by TKO. Which rounds? That could go either way. If you look at Sirkunov's record, let's go over his last 3 losses. He got submitted by armbar in round 2 in his last fight. Split decision against Krzysztof Jotko 2 fights ago, and then he got knocked out by Ryan Spann in the first round.
Knocked out by Johnny Walker in the first round also.
Yeah, he beat Jimmy Crute by a submission. Then before that, got knocked out by Johnny Walker in the first round. He also lost to Glover and Volkan in the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in the first round. But I got Menafield by TKO if that's how you want to bet this. I take Menafield to finish. I don't see this going to the decision at all. I got Menafield TKO. I'm willing to bet late first round Menafield TKO.
Yeah, I like it. I will say this about taking Menafield by TKO. Here's when I start to sweat. When Menafield hits the stool and the camera goes into the corner, and I know he's got to do this 2 more times and his mouth is slung open like his jaw's broken, that's when I panic. Okay, Menafield is a first round finisher. After that, good luck. So
that lactic acid starts
if that fight rolls into the second round and Sirkunov hasn't been wobbled or bloodied yet, throw a live bet on him, because his sub game is wicked and Menafield doesn't quite like the ground, especially when he's tired. So I'm taking Menafield by first round knockout, because I think Menafield knows if he's going to have any credibility in the game and keep making runs and getting, main card fights, he's going to have to win this one. If he doesn't, it's early prelims, maybe on a pay-per-view next time. And he's pretty much lost any of the hype that was ever on him if he doesn't win this one. So I think he comes out guns blazing. Sirkunov's been knocked out 4 times. 3 times recently he's been finished. And I got Menafield by first round TKO.
Damn, yeah. Menafield looked tough, man, but like you said, he's that big. He's that 205. After you make it after the first round, You're gonna be having your jaw slinging
And
open.
here's the thing, and he's a jacked 205, so that lactic acid starts building up.
Yeah.
He just gets tired.
Yeah, he's not a John Jones 205. He's more like a middle linebacker for the Steelers 205.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we got the next fight coming up here. What is this? 185? Was that middleweight
Middleweight,
class?
that's right.
You got was that Jordan Wright?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Jordan Wright against Dusko
Todorovic.
I don't know why we're helping him. Nick butchers all these names.
Todorovic.
There we go. Let's say Nick makes an event out of butchering last
I'm sure he does. He's probably already intoxicated by the time that comes around, though. That's why he's like, I don't know what his name is. It starts with the T. Toto.
All right, I'll tell you what. This fight, it doesn't really matter what either one of these guys does. They're not fighting for a title in their next fight. But I will say this: if this fight goes the distance, and I haven't shaved the mountain man off yet, I'll wear a Chuck Liddell mohawk for a week. If this fight goes the distance, there's no way. Yeah, I love the under in this fight, and when I say under 1.5, yeah, I like under 1.5 rounds in this fight. Man. Dude, something's telling me that I got Wright clipping him. I just think Wright catches him, and Wright's got the volume. He throws 7.25 strikes per minute. He lands at 185. That's a good bit. He's got a little bit of a reach advantage, so he's going to land. If Todorovic's at range, then Wright's at range because he's got a little bit of a reach advantage. And I'm just guessing that he catches him. I'm not betting on Jordan Wright. I will be betting on the under, but for picking's sake, I'm going to take Jordan Wright by first round knockout.
I'm leaning towards Todorovic on this one. If you're asking me to put a point on this, hell no. If you're asking me to bet this fight money line, hell no. Joe and I agree on this one. Listen, both these guys have lost 3 of their last 4 fights. Jordan Wright has been finished 3 of those last 4. Todorovic has been finished 2 of his last 3 losses. Both these guys don't have chins. Both these guys can be submitted, and both of them are just not that good. But they'll come out guns blazing in that first round. I'm with Joe on this one. I'll take the under on this fight all day. I don't see this going past 1.5. I just
5
don't
of
see
Jordan Wright's last 5 have ended inside of 1.5 rounds. All 5 of his last 5.
And some of those are wins, some of those are losses. And Todorovic also can get slept real easy. I'm a Joe, under 1.5. Take the under on this fight. I wouldn't take money line on this if you put a gun to my head. Maybe Todorovic, and it'd be a 50-50 guess.
That's the
these
thing.
guys are going to come. These guys are coming out swinging in the first round, and one of them is going to sleep.
Yep, that's the thing I love about this fight. Both these guys, I could see if they were like the pilot and the plane was going down, they'd hold on to the accelerator, like, all right, we're burning it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Win, lose, or draw, 9 out of their last 10 between the last. Excuse me. Let me say that in English. Both of these guys, last 5 out. 9 of them have ended inside of a round and a half. There's only one that's gone past that. So, yeah, under a round and a half is the bet here for sure.
So again, take the under on this fight. Listen to Joe and I. Don't bet money line on this one. I mean, we are solely guessing on this one on who would win money straight up. But take the under 1.5 for sure. These guys are going to come out swinging, and one of them is going to sleep. So take the under on this one. Avoid money line.
There it goes. There it goes, guys. They don't even like this fight. Neither one of them like this fight.
All like watching it. It's just not going to be very long.
Not going to win nothing off of it. So we coming up. What is this? 135. What is that? Flyweight?
Bantamweight.
There you go. You got Swanson here versus Martinez. Both of them look like wetbacks, but I guess Swanson isn't, is he? He got SoCal on his chest like he is.
You allowed to say that if you're Hispanic? Is that the rule now? All right, because I'm offended. Cub's a Albuquerque boy.
Yeah.
He's from out west. But
Out west.
I don't know if that's where he's born and bred, but that's where he trains out of.
That's
But,
what he looks like. He got the face for it.
This is a great one. Bill, is it your pick first or mine?
I think so. Here's how I'll go with this one. Martinez is the favorite. Last time I checked, it was minus 205.
Yeah.
I'm with that one. I like Martinez money line in this one. I also like this fight going the distance. So if, this is one of those fights I think taking the over is a super safe bet. Cub is just a tough dude. Yeah, he's been finished before, but that was a nasty Giga kick to the liver. He's fought the who's who of this weight class for a long time. I think he's getting over. He should probably look at hanging it up. He had a 4-fight losing streak there for a while, but that was against Brian Ortega, Frankie Edgar, Conero, Shane Burgos. So he's fought huge dudes, and he's also finished some of these bigger guys. You talking about Darren Elkins with that spinning wheel kick. I don't think he's going to win this. Jonathan Martinez is a super tough fighter. He loves going the distance. He loves winning unanimous decisions. Not a big finisher, but he's tough. He's quick, and he'll outpoint you. So I'm going to take Martinez money line on this one. Picking Cub as a DraftKings sleeper is not a bad bet because he's also going to get you points for those 3 rounds. Cub's coming to fight for sure.
Yeah.
He's no candy ass fighter. He's willing to go to sleep. Cub's coming to make this a fight. He's actually, just like the other for like the Diaz race. These Southern Cal fighters and the Ortegas, they come to fight.
They come to fight, yeah.
And that's what I love about him. But I think Martinez is just the better fighter. I think he's younger. He's going to be faster. He's going to be outpoint him, and he's a tough dude. So I got Martinez by decision on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if this went to a split decision. But I got Martinez by unanimous decision. I think he's going to win 30-27. Wouldn't be surprised on a split, but I got Martinez money line.
Yeah, I like the pick. Something we haven't mentioned yet, but this is Cub's first walk down to bantamweight. He did all of his banging at featherweight for the most of his career, and a lot of times they say, the MMA adage is that the older fighters, when they go down a weight class, it's a bad thing. But with the interview that I saw, Cub's been wanting to do this for a long time. They said the weight cut was really good. It's not a problem for him. So who knows? He could end up looking like Dustin Poirier, switch a weight class, and you're a legend. Because Poirier was not going to do anything at featherweight. He switches to lightweight, and he's top 3 in the world. So Jonathan Martinez is a guy I've watched fight a lot. Guy likes to make it a war. This should be a banger. And I think Martinez does more. He's a younger fighter. I think he does more in the later rounds. But don't be surprised if Cub steals the first, comes out and cracks him. Don't be surprised if they're both bleeding because neither one of these guys shies away from a fight. Should be a good one. And I think Jonathan Martinez takes a close decision, 29-28, and it might even go split. And Cub Swanson would be a good play on DraftKings.
No, hands down. This is going to be a good fight. These guys are going to come out scrapping, and it's going to be. It's always the lighter, the weight class. It's always the lighter weights that are always coming out swinging fast, swinging hard. I think hands down this is going to be a really good fight. This fight to watch itself.
Yeah, we had a great fight removed from the card that Bill and I were looking forward to. Not looking forward to picking, but Askarov and Royval was probably the premier fight on the card, if you ask me. And that got pulled late because that was 2 days ago. It was on there. So, that's the co-main now. So
somebody didn't kiss Dana.
That takes us to the main event.
Somebody didn't kiss Dana's butt good enough. So we got here. Who we got? We got the females. This is the main event. The females.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man, look at that.
2 weeks in a row, it's a female main event. That's our penance to wait for UFC 280.
So you got Alexa Grasso and Vivian Araújo.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. I've never seen either one of these females fight.
Yeah, I got Alexa Grasso in this fight. Vivian Araújo is a great point fighter. Throws a good amount of strikes, and I think that's the last fight I saw her fight and win. She, really just kind of outboxed the girl, and it was like a really dominant sparring session where there wasn't a whole lot of heavy punches thrown. Alexa Grasso is a little bit more dangerous fighter than she's seen in the UFC, and I think it's a little more than Vivian Araujo can chew. I think it's too much of a bite for her, and I got Alexa Grasso winning a pretty dominant decision. I think maybe Vivian Araujo comes out and steals a round, but doesn't hurt her, wins with strikes, and then Grasso starts working on the takedown and the ground game and the control there. And Grasso's got 4 knockouts on her record too, so she doesn't mind a bang. But I think she's a better prospect overall. Should be a pretty close fight. Not really a main event in my opinion, but yeah, I got Alexa Grasso by decision.
Yeah. Take Grasso money line on this one. I want to tell you to take the over on this one. However, Grasso can submit your ass, and I'd be worried about Grasso pulling off an armbar in the first round somewhere on Araujo, because Grasso can pull that shit. That's what makes her dangerous on taking the over. For more than likely, this is going to be a boring as shit fight. None of these girls have that knockout power, but Grasso has got that submission skill behind her. And she's fought the better fighters. Araujo hasn't really fought anybody big. She lost to Caitlin Chukagian, and she lost to Jessica Ai the first fight after Valentina knocked her into the shadow realm. So she's lost to the lesser fighters, and Grasso's on a 3-fight win streak. She just submitted Joanne Wood. She beat Macy Barber in a decision. She beat Kim in a decision. She lost to Carlos Esparza, the belt holder right now, but she lost it in a majority decision. So some people thought she won that fight. So she's fought the better fighters and won. Araujo just hasn't proven herself. Like I said, I think this fight's going to be boring as shit. I would tell you to take the over. I think you should take the fight money line, because Grasso might pull off some crazy armbar under 1.5. That risk is there. So Grasso money line is the safe money. Are any of these girls going to win a belt in either the 2 weight classes, either in a weight class or first of all, Valentina will run through either one of these two in under 1.5.
You to the land of wind and ghosts.
Yeah. Valentina will destroy these girls. Rose or Carla will give them another boring as shit fight like we saw in their last fight. So I think a lot of them we're seeing in the women's divisions, they're running from Valentina and they're running from Amanda. So they're all flooding into the Carlos Esparza Rose fight.
Because not a whole lot of people lining up to fight Jessica Andrade either.
Yeah, because they're all running, because those women are nasty and they will put you into another dimension.
Right.
So if you're these smaller women, like, I don't want to fight them. Hell, I outweigh Valentina by 200 pounds. I don't want to get kicked by her. You know what I mean?
70 miles an hour is 70 miles an hour. And that's about how fast her kick is.
Yeah. I don't want to get kicked by her either. So take Grasso money line. Like I said, over might be safe, but Grasso might pull off a submission on Araujo and ruin the whole parlay. So Grasso money line is the safe bet.
There it is, guys. There it is. They're telling you take the money line on Grasso. I've never seen either one of these females fight. Always catch, the Nunez and the freaking Rose, Nama Nunez, and then what's her other name?
Valentina Shevchenko, my girl.
Yeah, Valentina. I catch the big names. Those are the big ones I watch. I'm like,
right.
they're gonna beat somebody up. They're gonna hurt somebody. But there it is, guys. They went through each of the fights for the night. That's tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night.
It is.
Yeah, we still got to do the parlays and the DraftKings sleeper and the locks though.
Look at that. So there you go. You guys, hopefully you guys got all those written down. Hopefully you guys got what they were saying, because they're going to win you some money. Like they said, they've been winning money recently since they started this, and now they got to go through more. There's more fights coming up for this.
All right, Joe, you want your parlay first or me?
You know what? I'll go first, Bill, and then you always end up going first. If you want to finish
We're probably
off.
gonna be similar anyway.
You want to bat cleanup. All right. Hey, Pete Rodriguez is a lock of mine, and I got him winning this fight by knockout. Okay. It's the first fight of the night. Take him to finish. This dude that he's fighting has one UFC fight that I know of, and it's CM Punk. Literally, that's who that's yeah. So he's won 1-1. He's got a decision, no contest, and yeah, it's brutal. He shouldn't be out there. He's gonna lose. So Pete Rodriguez is definitely a lock. Joe Anderson Brito is another lock for me. Also another. I got him beating Alexander and probably beating him by finish. And then I like Victor Henry. And after that, the competition just gets too stiff for me to call anybody a lock from there on up. So my locks are Pete Rodriguez, Joe Anderson Brito, and Henry. My parlay will obviously be those three. And then Tatsuro Taira in the second fight of the night over CJ Vergara. So it's going up from the bottom so you don't miss the fights. The first one, Pete Rodriguez, Tatsuro Taira is the second one of my parlay. Then Joe Anderson Brito, Victor Henry, Jordan Wright and Dusko Todorovic under a round and a half. And then Alonzo Menafield and Misha Serkinov to go under the distance. That's it.
You know what?
My DraftKings sleeper. I'm going to take Jacob Malkoun against Nick Maximoff. I think that's a great fight. It should be on the main card, and I'm gonna take Jacob Malkoun as my DraftKings sleeper there. I think he actually money line should win that fight.
Okay, Joe and I are relatively similar. I actually avoided one fight that he gave you. But we're pretty similar. DraftKings sleeper, Malkoun. I'm with Joe on that one. I think Malkoun takes that fight money line. I think he's better on the ground than Maximoff is. And I think that's what separates this fight. So for the parlay, actually, let me do my locks. One of my locks is Henry against Unsunsao. I think Henry takes that fight all day. And Grasso is another one of my locks. For my parlay, similar with the Jackson Rodriguez fight, I don't think Joe's wrong making Rodriguez money line that one, but actually my lock is actually that one. Just take the under on that fight. I think both these guys are going to end in the first round. I mean, Jackson's last fight, he won by disqualification because he got poked in the eye. I mean, and before that, he got rocked in the first round. And Rodriguez tends to finish all his fights in the first round and a half. So for that parlay, take the under on that fight. Then I got Henry, Menafield by TKO, Martinez. If you're uncomfortable with the Martinez Swanson fight, take the over on that one, and then Grasso. So let me say that again from top to bottom. Grasso, Martinez. If you're uncomfortable with him money line, take the over. Menafield, Henry, Malkoun if you want to get ballsy, and then Rodriguez, take the under on that fight card as well.
Yeah, Pete Rodriguez has a 4-1 record, and it says the same thing next to his knockouts. 4 knockouts, and he's been knocked out once. So all 5 of his 5 fights have ended in knockouts.
Yeah. Somebody's sleeping in the first round of that fight as well.
There it is.
There it is. There it is, guys. There you go. See, hopefully you guys caught all those names and they got them all. You got it all written down, so you can go over to DraftKings and hopefully, maybe one day, DraftKings will be the sponsor of the show. Man, that's the goal, right? DraftKings will be the sponsor of the show to get it going because, like they said, they're doing 5 out of 6 every week.
Maybe they'll just let us pick against their line setters, and we'll get a bunch of people fired.
Hey, we got the Big Earl chiming in on Veteran Trash Talk. He just landed in El Paso, and the Bengals are the lock of the century.
Really, the Bengals are the lock of the century. All right, I'm gonna give my brother some respect there and actually look that up so I can tell people what he's talking about. We got the Bengals going into New Orleans.
I'm actually with him on that one.
Why isn't it giving me a line? Come on, ESPN. Not as good as CBS, I see. Bengals -2.5 going into New Orleans.
All day.
There we go.
I don't like agreeing with the big girl, but I'll agree with him on that one.
So everybody heard that. Nick said bet everything you own on the Bengals.
Absolutely.
Give his email address at the bottom in case
The Big Earl at veterantrashtalk.com.
Blame God for that one, Nick. God just said that.
Right, because it's not on our website.
That's right. Are we good, boys?
I think we're good. You went through and you guys did amazing tonight. Of course, like you do every week, right? Going through whenever the fights are coming out, you guys are going out and giving your take on it, right? And you guys that are listening on the show, they don't miss, man. Like they said, when they miss, they very rarely miss. They very rarely miss. They're giving you better odds than what Vegas is giving you on 90% of these fights, dude.
And honestly, when Joe and I miss, it's usually on some freak fluke ass shit as well, or that stupid
say his name.
Fucking, I don't even want to say
the name we don't. The man we don't speak of. Bobby Green's all right as long as I can avoid hearing that name called by Bruce Buffer. And Sal, as soon as he says Sal has scored, I'm going, Sal's about to fuck us. That's what's about to happen.
every time.
Sal's about to give the fight to a girl who had 30 significant strikes, whose face looks like the elephant man, while the other girl had 100 because Sal liked the way her hair was when she came out. He had a fucking hot dog and 6 beers.
Every time.
He's the guy Rogan yells at, "Hey, put your mic on, Sal. You're scoring the fight."
Absolutely, guys. So it's an amazing Friday evening to be able to get out here and be able just to hang out and BS and talk about these fights that are about to happen tomorrow night, right? And I know you guys still got your NFL locks coming up as well. So these guys are here to make you money. They're a bunch of freaking veterans like us that, hell, I'm bored. I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me try to make some money, right? It's all about making that money. So yeah, it was a great night, guys. Great night being able to come over here, hang out with you guys on your platform, and be able just to spit my 2 cents on here. Try to probably embarrass a lot of you guys with the beautiful flower behind me, but I mean, hey, we're fighting. Movements are happening. Movements are happening in Congress, so we're just waiting for them to get their heads out of their butts like everything else.
I got a lock. The Lions will score more points than they did last week. That's a lock.
I hope so.
You can bet your house on the fact they won't score any less.
To be a Lions fan.
It's so much fun. It's like being in an abusive relationship and telling your friends it's all going to get better. We'll get better. And then next year, it's another year of abuse. We got help. We're going to get help. It's going to get better.
It's going to get better.
Then the draft comes around, the GM gets drunk, and all the fans get beat. You missed the draft? Yeah, I was hungover.
I was drunk.
Yeah, we only won 6 games last year. Who fucking cares who we took?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, all the fans out there, thanks for watching the show. We love that you support us, and we hope we're making you money. Actually, if you're betting with us, we know we're making you money. Keep up with it. Again, Send to 7 will be posting his parlays tomorrow morning. I like to wait a little bit because there's always some fruit weigh-in bull crap, or someone tries to fight someone on the Vegas Strip. But I will post my parlays probably about 10 a.m. West Coast time. So tune in to Send to 7, follow them on Facebook, and you'll get all my parlays.
Yeah, and get ready for UFC 280. Who is going to be a banger? One more week.
One more week, and that's going to be the big one. That's when people are really going to have to make them bets in. That's when the real money comes out.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. Well, you guys heard it. You guys heard it here from Center 7 and Trigger Joe here. You guys heard it from them. They're telling you, right? This is one more week and the big fights are coming. But here's a little appetizer to start filling that pocket. So the money you win off these fights, you can play towards the big main events for 280 that's coming up, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, man. Like I said, go check them out, man. Go to Veteran Trash Talk on Facebook. Go pick up some of their swagger, man. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. They got good swagger. They got buttons. They got all kinds of cool stuff over there. You got to get out there and support them, man.
Have a good
What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by Vtt. Vtt is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. Vtt specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. Vtt proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.